Trung.
Hello, Huy.
Where you living now today?
Yeah, I'm living in a big cities.
Oh, that's a great place. Can you give me some advantage about your city?
Yeah. When we living in the city, we have many opportunities to get a job with a nice salary, and there are a lot of modern equipment. This can support our life.
Oh, it's fascinating. And anything else?
I think lots of public service like hospital, supermarkets. This is very useful. And how about you? Where do you live?
Oh, I'm living in the seaside.
I haven't come to the CSS. Could you give me some opinion about the CSS?
Oh, of course. Different from city, the air of seaside is extremely polluted. According to scientists, research, the salt of seawater makes the air tidy. In addition, when you live in the seaside, you can hear the sound of waves that makes your life better.
And how about the seafood? I really love eat the seafood. But in the cities, the seafood is not clean.
Oh, you know, in the seaside, the seafood is very fast.
Yeah.
The feeling of savoring the food that you brought up is very wonderful.
That's great. But I think living in the cities is better.
Well, when you live in the seaside one time, I think you change your mind.
Maybe. And I think that's all.
Oh, thank you for listening.
May I stop us?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, let's start.
Um, I'm planning to live in privacy. And can you give me some advice? I'm going to live in the countryside. Do you think it is a good choice?
Wow, I think it's a good idea because living in the countryside has many advantages. I think the best advantages of living in the countryside is you can live in the fresh condition with less polluted. Because in the countryside has less traffic, I think like that.
Good. Anything else? I think this is great because I like the beautiful scenery. You can have a mountain views, lake view, ocean view outside the dog. I think so. How about you?
I think that's the championship housing might be cheaper than in the city. Everything is especially food and very cheap, suitable everyone living styles.
I think many people prefer to live in the countryside with a fewer crowd because of the lower rent rates in order to pay feel safe.
I think one thing to live in a countryside to increase relationship. You know, because the house is very nearly, so everyone can easily mix and help each other. I don't agree with your opinion because I think if you live in the city, you can enhance your relationships than you live in the countryside. Because if you live in the city, you will stay close with many people than you live in the country. That's right. You agree with me?
Yeah,
You? How about you?
maybe, but I think the cost in the cities is higher.
And I think in the countries is not have not enough space. You know, there are many buildings and factories, and in the factories have a lot of smoke.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very polluted.
I agree.
Okay, I will come up with my opinion that you should live in the city because one of the most important advantages in living in a big city is transportation services. Starting from the trains to the metros and from the business to from the buses to the plane, everything is therefore which an ideal person can dream of. Well, not only the railway and the flights, but also the road condition. But I think in the cities have a lot of ground, you know. Some cities will have higher ground rate than the countryside, but you can definitely count on this urban area to be more dangerous than smaller town, more people, and higher crime rates also rise out to insurance rates due to car theft and damage, burglaries and vandalism.
For me, I think I don't like the noise. I like a quiet place. In general, the noise level in major cities is higher than in the countryside. Cities have more people and more traffic that contribute to the noise.
Well, I think those disadvantages that you have taught doesn't affect him a lot. If you live in the city, you will have more job opportunity, like a young like you,
Yeah.
for a young like you. With a company through a city skyscraper, it's very hard. Like, it's not hard to find a good job in the city. Okay? Not only find a job, but also will get well paid.
High salary.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
your salary.
I think one of one advantage in the city is meeting people, new people. You will meet new people anywhere and you move. But the experience being different in the city become natural city or own kind of people too.
about the seasons. What do you think about it?
Well, I think it's also a good choice, you know, because it's suitable for everyone who want to live in the seas, who want to relax on weekend after stressful. Well, living in a seaside could bring many benefits, like it's easy for you to eat the seafood, and you can enjoy many beautiful seascape. Yeah, I think of that. How about you?
And I think if you live in the seaside, you can diving in the underwater and discover the diversity marine life. This is like beautiful.
Have you ever talked about where you getting out, urban or rural? I have an idea of the idea during right for you who to refer to. It's a small town, also known as Green City on the outskirts of the city. They are feeling freeness and sanity.
I think it's a good job for you, you know, because it has the same advantages on the countryside, you know, because there is plenty of the clean air, and you can grow the fresh vegetable for your own life. And you also and your pet is also have a place to work.
And so,
But I don't think so, because there are a few people not in this house, so few people live here. It's become a resting matter. Hospital, school, or a small market. They are very few things.
But I think the living in a small town is don't have pollution, you know, because it don't have
factories.
a lot of factories, and it can avoid the air pollution and maybe the noise pollution.
Air pollution.
But the fact that people would prefer to live in the developed cities near the centers, that's the way of life for young people.
I think the rate of health here actually grows.
If you say that, I think the village is suitable for you.
When you live village, you feel the world is peaceful, and you will have the quiet space in the village. Will not disturbed by the sun of traffic.
Okay, if you want to relax, enjoy the life when you get old, you can choose village. But you're still young. Countryside or village is not a place for you if you want to looking for a job. Good job, okay? you?
I think
Okay, another over the lack of health facility is one of the major issues faced by the residents of village or rural area like Ethiopia. In case of certain disease, treatment required to move to a city place with a better health facility. Good and multi-specialty hospital are lacking in the rural area.
Me too.
I have no idea.
I listen to you. Hurry up.
After we discuss about the many advantages of this option, I think we should live in the countryside, you know, because it's far away the country, the city.
Far away country?
Sorry, the city.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's peaceful. Have a lot of fantastic landscape, and the most of them is fresh air, you know. And I think you will love to live in the countryside. That's all. Thanks for giving me a lot of